Yes, guys. Grapple Chat on the air, in the house, from me to you. SmackDown Live. June the 19th, 2018. The SmackDown Live after Money in the Bank, and it is time for the review. How to start this? It seemed like this show had two halves. I liked it. Okay, I'm gonna say I liked it up front, but it seemed like the show had two halves. The half that wasn't the that was not the gauntlet match, and then the half that was the gauntlet match. Very fun stuff across the board. I'm just gonna jump straight into this. Actually, I'm just gonna lay it bare. So we start out. This is what happens. Paige comes out, and Paige is telling us about how they got to have a number one contender because Shinsuke has not been, he didn't do the job, at Money in the Bank. So got to have a new number one contender. She says we're gonna have the first ever 5-man gauntlet match. I'm not sure if this is true. Is this a true fact? Does anybody know? I don't know, man. Does anyone know? Welcome to Grapple Chat, everybody. If you guys are watching this after the fact, yes, this is a live chat full of the people who are in here watching it being filmed as it's being filmed. I do these 15 minutes after every live event that WWE does. I'm going to do them for other events as well, but we'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, 15 minutes after Raw, 15 minutes after SmackDown, 15 minutes after NXT goes live on the WWE Network. I'll also be doing these for the UK tournament, which is starting this Monday. I'll be doing these for that. I'll be doing these, man, it's going to be crazy as well because the UK tournament, gosh, when does that, I think that goes live at noon my time. That's going to be tough. I'm going to have to tell my work. I have to call my work. Let them know about that. That's going to be some short notice. It's only Tuesday. It's going to be fine. Either way, guys, 15 minutes after every live event, Money in the Bank, NXT takeovers, any WWE pay-per-views, I'm here sharing my thoughts, hanging out with you guys, seeing your thoughts, seeing your review, giving you my reviews. So if you're wondering a place where you can get your reviews like right away and not have to wait till the next day or anything like that, excuse me, this is the spot. All right, Grapple Chat. So she says there's going to be a 5-man gauntlet match, and she announces the competitors. The competitors are Samoa Joe. I'm going to see if I can get this right the first time. Samoa Joe, Big E, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, and Rusev. Yes, I did it. I did it, guys. These 5 competitors. So already it's sounding pretty hype. It sounded like this is going to be a great episode of SmackDown Live because seeing those 5 people in a gauntlet match is just, it's already got me like scintillating, it's scintillating to me. Then we get what I would call a Mellabration. And this is what we had with the Mellabration.
I won the Money in the Bank contract. I successfully cashed in to become the SmackDown Women's Champion. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I beat Charlotte Flair twice!
I beat Charlotte Flair! Oh, gosh.
And this past Sunday at Money in the Bank, I did the unthinkable. I beat Asuka. Wait for it. Do you guys want to know the best part? This is the best part. Just wait for it. It's coming up right here. Just listen closely. I did it all by myself.
She did,
I made the Empress of Tomorrow bow down to the Princess of Staten Island.
She did kind of hold her own against Asuka pretty well, though. I'll give her that. Then Asuka's music hits and she's just terrified. You can see her face. Oh, gosh. Asuka's music hits. Down to the ring comes James Ellsworth.
Just like Sunday, I was shocked. You guys didn't know it was him. No one was ready for Ellsworth.
No one was ready for Ellsworth.
Especially Asuka.
Oh my goodness, man.
Now shut your traps, people, because I have something very special to say to my princess. You know how the saying goes, when you love someone, let them leave, and I don't remember the rest of that saying. It's not important. What's
I don't remember. It's all good. It don't matter.
I'm back. And I'm back to serve the greatest woman in history.
Oh man, I love it. Then Asuka's music really hits. And it is actually Asuka, and she's just mad. She's just marching down to the ring. She's like, I'm coming to see you. She hops in the ring. Carmella's in the corner. Ellsworth takes off his the whole robe and everything. Steps up. Oh my god. Spinning heel kick. Oh, super kick to the mouth by Carmella on top of that though. And that's about it. So James Ellsworth stepped up in her face, and Asuka does a spinning back heel kick right to the stomach of Ellsworth. It looked stiff too. It looked like she really meant it. Really put something behind that. Ellsworth just collapses, but while Asuka is like getting out of the motion of it, Carmella just skips up with a super kick and takes Asuka down, holds up the title. I'm not sure if this is over yet. I'm not sure if this is. It's probably not over. This is probably still doing. They're probably still going on with this. They skedaddle out of there. They don't really stay around Asuka. They know not to stick around her. So Asuka is left laying in the ring, and Carmella and James Ellsworth walk up the stage, and that's it for that. Oh man, it was something, guys. It was definitely something. I don't know if I feel too bad about it or too good about it. I'm just like indifferent about it. It's not really anything too major. 2-on-1 handicap match, that'd be cool. I can get behind that. So maybe they'll do a 2-on-1 handicap match, but I don't know if they'd let a male superstar actually put their hands on a female superstar in that way. Like I know Triple H teased it at WrestleMania, but I'm not sure they want to go all the way with that in the WWE at this moment. So we'll have to see. I don't know. Either way, that's how they started off SmackDown Live. Not as hype as Raw this week, but still okay. I'm just, like I said, indifferent. It's like it's not good or bad. It's just it's here. Then we got the iconic duo, or the Iconics as they're known now. I was watching them back in NXT, so I still call them the Iconic duo every now and then. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay come out, and they're just annoying as ever. I'm going to save you guys' ears. I'm not going to play what they did, what they said. It's just annoyance, dude. They didn't used to be like this in NXT, so I must say, don't judge them by this. This is just what WWE has them doing right now, being super duper annoying and just taking the mic and just blowing people's eardrums out. And I don't know. It's still funny. I guess it's supposed to be funny, but it's not as funny as it was when they first started doing it. It's actually starting to grate on my nerves a little bit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Trade Ronda for Ellsworth? What? Either way, then Becky Lynch's music hits and she comes out, and so Becky Lynch is going to have a match against Billy Kay, and this match is not that bad. It's not that bad. It gets broken up by commercial break, of course. Gosh, man, Becky Lynch, she uses some of her opportunity to go to the outside and take out Peyton Royce, which is a good idea. Whenever you have two people surrounding the ring, normally it's a good idea to take some of your time out, especially if that person is readily getting involved in the match and getting up on the apron or just really hanging around, and you can tell that they're up to something. It's a good idea to turn some of your attention to take them out and secure your victory. But a lot of times that comes back to haunt superstars, so it's a good and a bad idea. Um, but in this case, Becky Lynch just did it, and it turned out all right for her because she got the disarmor on Billie Kay and got the win. Just an okay match. I didn't see it as like a oh my goodness match, but it I don't know. It a lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense to me yet, and I'm hoping they're going somewhere with it. And that's all I can really say about the first two segments of SmackDown Live. I hope it's going somewhere that's entertaining, and I hope we're going to get some more good matches. But one of the good things I can say about this particular match between Becky Lynch um, and Billie Kay is that they're doing a good job of showing that Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are professional wrestlers. They're showing off their skills, their talents. They're not just getting ran over or railroaded. They're not just coming out there and being annoying on the mic and then getting destroyed. So they're keeping them legitimate at least. Even though they're losing matches, they're still looking like, hey, they can hold their own in the ring, which is a good idea because when you let women get smashed, then you have to wait. You have to literally build them back up if you want to introduce any new feuds, any new rivalries. So I think SmackDown Live has been doing a much better job of this than Raw, making their superstars seem like a legitimate threat. Even Lana, after the Money in the Bank match this Sunday, even Lana looks presentable in a WWE ring more than some of the Raw women's superstars. So I must say they're doing a good job. Raw's doing a better job as well, but just for a while there, you know what it was. It was just there were like three main women on Raw, and then the rest were just fed to the wolves. So I'm looking forward to seeing them go more into this. Becky Lynch defeats Billie Kay, and it was pretty dang cool. But after this was something that personally I found to be much more cool. Much more cool. Yeah, she brought back the NXT disarmor. She was just sitting on her and she cracked it. Yeah, it was scary, man. Extreme Rules is coming to Pittsburgh. You're gonna be there, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, their voices are so annoying, man. They are. Lana for champ, dude. I mean, if she could pull it off, and she would, be because she seems timid. She seems very timid. If she could, um, okay, I would say Lana for champ. Remember back when Lana was wearing those like mini skirts and the suits, the suit jacket? If she would present herself that way and still come out, and I mean, I'm not saying super kick people in a skirt. I'm just saying like if when you saw her when she wasn't wrestling, she still had that Rusev Crush type of that face, and she was reminding me more of the girl from what's her name? Ah, gosh, man, it was right on the tip of my tongue just a second ago. But the girl from the Rocky movies, the girl who was always with Ivan Drago, the Russian lady, what's her name? I think she's married to. No, that's not her. I don't know. Is her name Liv Shriver? Something like that. Anyway, that lady. If Lana was acting like that all the time when she used to just be at ringside like crash, and being more of like a super heel lady and just striking fear in people's hearts with Rusev at her side, then yes, I would say please go ahead. Especially if she's leveling up her wrestling ability and she can bring that. She's got the belt and she's wearing those suits and she's like, I will crush you. And then she got Rusev and Aiden English with her. That could be really cool. But if she's just gonna be like do 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 and pulling off subpar matches and then no. But I do believe that Lana could be women's champion someday. But she's got to assert herself. Be a more assertive woman in the WWE. She had her chance against Naomi. Yeah, she did. She did, man. Lana is the best. Lana number one. All right, that's all I gotta say. Then after that match, we got something very very cool. This got a lot of people in the chat pretty dang hype, and I had to like hold it back. I'm like, hey man, let's not get too hype. Let's just hope. Let's just have some hopes. But this next segment was great. It was Jeff Hardy, and this is what he said.
Last Sunday at Money in the Bank, Shinsuke Nakamura failed to make the count of 10. AJ Styles was victorious. He's moved on. I have a memory that won't move on. A memory lodged inside my brain about what Nakamura did to me last Tuesday. His knee collided with my face, sending a shockwave through my epidermis, reverberating through my subcutaneous tissue, rattling my skeletal system, and shaking my soul. But his actions had an unintended consequence. Instead of unsettling me, his actions made me sharper focused. My eyes were closed before. Now they're open. Shinsuke, I see you.
Oh my goodness, dude. And he has the black and white face paint that people have become very accustomed to if you've been watching him elsewhere. If you've been watching Jeff Hardy for some years and have not taken your eyes off of him, no matter where he's been at or what he's been up to, this face paint got people very excited. It got me excited too. It was cool because he had the eyes painted on his eyelids, so he had his eyes closed the whole time. When he opened them, you noticed that wasn't his eyes, and his eyes are white, and so it looks like, okay, like I said, I'm not going to put too much into this because this is the same company that told us for months that Emma Lena was coming, and then when she finally debuted, it was just Emma, and she was like, whatever, forget that. So I'm not going to get too hype about this, but this is intriguing, guys. This is very intriguing, especially if it's going to be an actual feud, and this is what's next for Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke being so, like, weird and outlandish, but having to go toe-to-toe with somebody woken like this, maybe. We'll see. We will see, though, man. A great little promo, a surprising part of SmackDown. Once again, it seems like after big pay-per-views, the WWE does better. It's like the pay-per-view is like a wake-up call. They're like, oh yeah, we got to entertain people. This was cool. This actually got me pretty dang hype, man, and I hope that it got you guys hyped too. I see people in the chat still like, awesome promo. Yeah, I was excited about that. Yes, incredible stuff, guys. I like I said, I gotta hold it back a little bit, but man, I hope, I really hope that they're gonna go full blown into this Shinsuke versus a Woken or a Broken Jeff Hardy or Brother Nero or anything that they want to do that's out of the ordinary. Because Jeff Hardy, he's already got cheered. He was cool, man. He was cool. The United States Championship, everything was going well for him, but it just didn't. It was like, oh, here he is. Okay, cool. He's gonna pull off a cool match. Hey, everybody, cheers. Let's go. But I like that it seems like they want to shake things up. They want to continue building, and especially if it's going to be Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules in some sort of stipulation match. Oh my goodness, Jeff Hardy's going to put his body on the line, and the guy is just fantastic. Okay, I'm all for it. All for it. I think this could be incredible. I think this could be great. So that was a piece of hype that I hope will not disappoint, man. Very, very good stuff. Then we had the debut of Sanity. Gosh, I don't want to call this a disappointment because it's not a disappointment. I'm glad that they finally debuted on TV, but I just want to call it an underwhelming debut because of how they could have done it. I'm not letting my expectations sway my review of SmackDown or my review of their debut. Okay, I'm just saying they could have been utilized better. Okay, they could have had a better debut. They could have had a more just sock to the gut debut. If it was at Money in the Bank, or even if they just did it differently, if they didn't announce it ahead of time and make up the match graphics and show you that they were going to come out and then give them a entrance when it's like most of the crowd wasn't even cheering when Sanity came out. So you could tell that people just don't. A lot of the people in the crowd just don't know about Sanity. So just introducing them and having them walk out, it's already kind of like lackluster at that point. It's not like a surprise debut. People aren't buzz, there's no hype around it. It's like, oh, Sanity, cool. I heard like a month ago that these guys got signed, and we haven't seen them till now. They walk out, they come down. The Usos, they cut a pretty good promo before. People were so behind the Usos. I think that might have contributed a little bit to the fact of like the small amount of cheers that Sanity was getting, is because the Usos are so beloved. You know, they're just an awesome tag team, and they cut great promos. They come down, and there's not even a match. Sanity just destroys the Usos. All three, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and Killian Dane just destroy both Usos, and that's it. That's their debut. And like I said, it doesn't elicit any questions. It doesn't elicit uh, any interest. If I didn't know who Sanity was, at this point, I'd be like, okay, the Usos just got beat up by these three guys. I honestly wouldn't be going on the internet trying to find out who they are. There's all kinds of ways they could have made it more interesting. They could have come up with a few little promo packages that are somewhat Wyatt-esque, but more like about the chaos. But all they did was just show their shadows on the wall, and then the next match they were out here and they just destroyed them. It was a cool way to show how powerful they are, but that's about it. It did not elicit any sort of extra interest from me, and I'm pretty sure the crowd's feeling the same way, because they were just like, oh, cool. So that was that. Then we got the Bludgeon Brothers versus in a rematch. Bludgeon Brothers in a rematch versus the Club, or the Good Brothers, or whatever their name is now. They were supposed to have a match. The Usos were supposed to have a match, but they just never even got to it. Sanity came out, and then they walked to the ring, and then before the bell even rung, they just jumped them, and it was done. Where's Nikki Cross? Still in NXT, I guess. Nikki Cross was not with them. That's another reason. That's another reason why I'm just sitting here like, okay, you took what could have been, what was one of the most hyped things to me. And then also, while I'm having this thought of what could have been a hype thing to me, where the heck is Andrade Cien Almas and his match he's supposed to be having with Sin Cara? Remember, they said next week, Andrade, Sin Cara, the feud they built up. The next week came and went already. That was last week. We did not get the match. Then this week, we did not get the match. So I'm just sitting here wondering, does WWE really think that we don't listen at this point? Are they just testing to find out what our attention span is? Because it seems almost like a test at this point. All the things that they do and don't deliver on, or tell us about, and then it just doesn't show up. It feels almost like a test to find out what they can like have you forget in a very short period of time. I think they think we have like the memory of a goldfish. We're Dory. We're Dory from Finding Dory, or Finding Nemo, or whatever. They think we don't remember. But I'm sitting here 2 weeks later, like, all right, man, come on, here we go. I'm gonna see Sin Cara. I'm gonna see freaking Andrade Cien Almas. I'm gonna see Zelina Vega. Not even a backstage segment. Nothing. Just tumbleweeds. I haven't forgotten. Where is it? I hope neither of them are injured or whatever. I hear they kind of swept it aside last week by saying something like Sin Cara was very badly beaten from the backstage beatdown that Andrade gave him. So I was like, okay, maybe they're just trying to really play up the power of Andrade, but no, that's not it. So something's going on. Something's going on. I wish they would just let us know or give us something, man. Show Sin Cara all wrapped up or something, and be like, oh man, when I get my hands on Andrade, I thought I knew him. We go way back, and this guy, he did this to me. Once I heal up, he's done with. I don't want to have to do this, but I gotta help him remember who he is. Just a short little promo like that, it would deliver on the expectation that they set, and it would also explain that it's just there's gonna be a couple of, maybe like a SmackDown or two from now, then we'll see it. Just nothing, just whispers. So anyway, that's one thing that I wanted to touch on while I'm talking about Sanity, because Sanity and Andrade, they got called up at the same time, and both of them have been having like pretty much the same thing. Like, where the heck are they? And then once we do see them, it's like, okay, come on, let's do something. And I don't know, man. They got incredible talent on SmackDown Live, so I'm just hoping for the best. But this is my review of this episode of SmackDown, so no matter what I hope for in the future, I got to tell you how I see it right now and how this episode hit me. And it was a lot of fun here and there, but there were also, like I said, it's a kind of like a two-half episode. It seems like there was the first half and then there's second half. So then we got, like I said, like I was moving on to the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Good Brothers versus the, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows versus the Club, whatever you want to call them. They got like 80 names now. They should have like a T-shirt for each one of their names. This was, to me, the second best match of the night. They once again have done it. 3 days, within the span of 3 days, the Bludgeon Brothers and the Club have put together two great tag team matches. This was actually for the title too. The Bludgeon Brothers, they gave them a rematch clause, which is really weird. And not a rematch clause, but they gave them a rematch at the title, which is really strange to me because the Bludgeon Brothers don't strike me as like an honorable tag team. They just seem like a tag team that's out here to just destroy everybody. So it was weird that they would do something honorable like, hey, you gave us a good fight on Sunday, so hey, come back in here. Let's have ourselves a good old barn burner. Like, it seemed weird that out of all the tag teams that they could have picked, or out of all the people they could have put in this match, they could have had like a strange tag fellas match. If Jeff Hardy wasn't going to be in action, or Shinsuke wasn't going to be in action, or something like that, they could have had the Bludgeon Brothers go up against like Shinsuke and somebody else, or had them go up against Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy, and then during that match, the lights go out and they come back on, and then you see all of a sudden Jeff Hardy has the face paint on or something, and he just like destroys Shinsuke, and that's the start of their feud or something. He destroys him on the outside, so that he just gets counted out. It's not even like the Bludgeon Brothers really won or got the pin or anything, but it could show that Jeff Hardy has turned, and that he's got his eyes on Shinsuke. That could be a really cool way to start off their rivalry instead of just a backstage 1-minute promo, and that would have also made it look like the Bludgeon Brothers are done with the Club after that, instead of giving them like another fighting chance because we had such a great match. It just doesn't seem like it fits the character. It's not that I didn't like the match. The match, like I said, the second best match of the whole night. I loved the match. The Club and the Bludgeon Brothers, they burnt it down. It was a great match, and I liked it. It was one of my favorite parts of SmackDown, but I just thought it could have been they could have utilized their characters. It's the attention to detail I'm always talking about. Attention to detail. If you have a team that's supposed to be running through SmackDown Live and destroying team after team after team, and just have no regard for human life, basically, they're slamming. They power bombed Xavier Woods on steel steps, and you're telling me these are people who are gonna just gingerly give you a rematch for the title later on because you gave us a good match and let's fight again? No, man, that seems like something that maybe who's an honorable tag team? That seems like something that maybe, gosh, there aren't many honorable tag teams out there right now. Gosh, I can't even tell you who would do that. That's the point. Like, who would do that? Nobody, man. Once you beat a team, even if you win, even if you barely win, it's like, dude, on to the next one. I gotta go. So it just didn't make any sense to me on a storyline side of things, and it didn't make any sense to me character wise. So great match, but nah. So anyway, Good Brothers lose this match. It was a man. It was a start to finish extraordinaire. This match was very good. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Oh, especially Gallows, man. They let Gallows just look like a superstar. He was just kicking out of everything. He was just slamming both members of the Bludgeon Brothers. They made Luke Gallows out to be a definite powerhouse. So there was some good to it, but it's like you already saw that at Money in the Bank, kind of. Maybe they thought that people didn't watch Money in the Bank, so they needed to do it again here. But eventually, they fall victim to the bludgeoning. I call it the bludgeoning. They're like dual powerbomb move that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan do. I call it the bludgeoning. Boom. Game over. 1, 2, 3. They retain their titles, and in the middle of the Bludgeon Brothers walking out with their titles, Daniel Bryan's music hits. They're not even up the stage. They're not even up the ramp yet. And Daniel Bryan's music hits. He comes out. He's doing his yes chant, and then as he's going down the ramp, he realizes that he's right next to the Bludgeon Brothers, and they're just staring at him like, "Did you really just mess up our exit? Because that was supposed to be our music playing. We were gonna be what? Daniel Bryan, why you do this?" And he's just staring at him for like a good 40 seconds, and then he kind of like inches his way to the side, and then keeps doing his yes chant. His music starts playing again, and he gets down to the ring, and then this is the start of the gauntlet match. Cool stuff here. They start out with Big E versus Daniel Bryan, and this could have been the whole match because these two, I don't know, they have great chemistry. Big E took it to the next level. He showed that he's such a great performer, and he can work fast, he can work slow, he can work against bigger guys, smaller guys. He can fly around, he can be a power-based wrestler, and the power of Big E was definitely on display here. A couple times Big E had um, um, Daniel Bryan up in the position where he could have just done the big ending, but he didn't do it. I was like, "Yo, dude, just do it." But he just like would keep cracking his back and doing all this other stuff. Um, he shouldn't have played with his food, man. And this is the story of Big E. He loves playing with his food. That's why he's got all these pancakes and stuff he's throwing around. The dude loves playing with his food. He played with Daniel Bryan a little bit too much, and it came back to haunt him here because Daniel Bryan hits him with a leaping, running knee to the face, and this time it really looked very good. Sometimes when Daniel Bryan does that knee, I'm like, did he even hit the guy? This time it looked great. Puts him down for the count. Big E is eliminated. Then out comes Samoa Joe, and just when you thought it was bad for Daniel Bryan, it gets much worse. Oh my goodness. It gets much worse. Samoa Joe comes out. We go to commercial. So weird. What a weird time to go to commercial, but yeah. Anyway, they go to commercial, come back from commercial, and Samoa Joe is handing it to Daniel Bryan. And there's a part during this match that scared the heck out of me. I'm already scared when I see Daniel Bryan walk out, man. Every time I see Daniel Bryan, I'm like, okay, here we go, man. Be careful. And so this is no exception, especially against Samoa Joe, because he's brutal, man. Daniel Bryan runs off the ropes, comes back at him, and Samoa Joe hits him with a scoop power slam. It looked good. It looked good, but it was so fast. I couldn't really see what the whole motion of it was. I just saw a scoop power slam. I'm like, that looked good, man. Good stuff from Samoa Joe. But then they show the replay from the other angle, and you see that during this scoop power slam, Daniel Bryan's head hit the mat first and just tweaks to the side until the power slam is over. And it's just, oh, it's the scariest thing you could see in a match with Daniel Bryan, honestly, dude. One of the scariest. You do not want to see his head hitting the mat. You do not want to see his neck tweaking to the side, and you do not want to see his whole body weight and more on top of both of those things. And this is exactly what we saw. Oh man, like honestly, there was like a shiver that went over my body because, dude, I don't want Daniel Bryan to get injured, and this is the worst situation to put him in if you're worried about his health. Like, he just got cleared, and you're gonna put him in a gauntlet match. Like, it's like you just unwrapped your foot because you broke your foot like a couple months ago. You just finally unwrapped your foot. You finally took the cast off, and then the first thing you do is you go out and play soccer with a piece of concrete. It's like, dude, stop. Come on, man. Like, there's certain spots, just don't do it. Just don't do that spot right there. Do something safe. But I guess they blocked it out, and I hope Daniel Bryan is okay, man. I'm not trying to hear any breaking news. I already got breaking news today. I purposefully have kind of skipped over this, but I guess I'll touch on it a little bit. Breaking news. I get up this morning. I'm working, and I get this big cast has been released by the WWE. Okay, what? And there's no like wishing him well. There's no we wish him well in his future endeavors. None of that. Just they've come to mutual terms. Goodbye. Like, get him out of here. So I was surprised that they were so blunt on the website and in their notification, and also the fact that they even alluded to him a couple times tonight. They said his name still. I was like, well, what is it, man? You're either like really upset with him to the point where you're not even wishing him well in the future, normally what they do is they just don't talk about him anymore. Like Enzo. When Enzo got let go, they were just like, oh, hey, championship is vacated, and they just tried to make it a point. You could tell they just tried to make it a point to not really mention his name. But tonight they said his name like 3-4 times. So Big Cass got released. I don't know any details on it. I hope nothing too serious happened, but it might just be fallout from what I was hearing before about him kicking that midget. But hey, yeah, Big Cass is fired. So either way, I'm not trying to get another surprise notification tomorrow about Daniel Bryan's career being over because he just had to be at a gauntlet match tonight. Like, gosh, man, I wish they'd be a little bit more smart with these things, or at least have him come out last or something, man. They put him out first. So I don't know if they're just like, oh, his contract is coming up and we don't even know if he's going to re-sign, so we're just going to put him in whatever matches we want and just throw caution to the wind. There you go, Daniel Bryan, do whatever you want, because after your contract is up, we don't even know if you're going to be here, so whatever. We're not investing anything in you. We're not going to keep you safe. I hope that's not it, but WWE is very vindictive sometimes. They do cross people. They do a lot of stuff that they'll claim is not supposed to be upsetting people, like serving people termination papers during on their wedding day, all kinds of stuff, or putting belts on people just to break records. I'm talking about the same guy twice now. Putting belts on people just to break tag team records, like keeping belts on people long enough just to put other people out of the record book so they don't have to talk about them anymore. They do some vindictive stuff, man. So I would almost not be surprised if they're just throwing caution to the wind on Daniel Bryan because they're like, we don't even know if he's coming back after his contract is over, so whatever, dude. But this was scary. Anyway, Daniel Bryan, he gets tossed out of the ring. Samoa Joe goes after him, gets him with the coquina clutch, but the ref is counting. He's like, 3, 4, and Samoa Joe is over here, and he's like, gosh, man, he's looking at the ref, and he's like, all right, I'm going to choke him out just enough, and then I'm going to hop back in the ring. You can tell what he's about to do. And they get to like the count of 8, and Daniel Bryan uses the barricade, does a backflip out of the coquina clutch. He had the wherewithal to do this. Out of the coquina clutch, which knocks Samoa Joe off his balance, and Daniel Bryan hops back in the ring just in time. The ref counts to 10, and Samoa Joe is left out of the ring, and he's like, what? Samoa Joe's eliminated. Daniel Bryan's still in it. Then out comes. What came after that? Okay, so we got Daniel Bryan, we got Big E, we got Samoa Joe. Okay, yeah, okay. Then out of nowhere comes the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers are back, and they're mad about their little celebration getting interrupted by Daniel Bryan. They did not forget, and I'm glad this is finally a little bit of attention to detail and telling the stories, man. The stories are being told. That's why I love things like this. Bludgeon Brothers come back and they just mash. They pick him up and hit him with the bludgeoning, and he is laid out. And right then, without any hesitation, as soon as you could tell that the Miz was backstage, like, what? Okay. Miz's music hits, and he does like the reverse. You know how John Cena was running up the ramp at WrestleMania? Miz was running down the ramp like this. Like, he was doing the same thing, but in the opposite direction. Gets in the ring, picks up Daniel Bryan forcefully, hits him with the skull-crushing finale, pins him, and just picks him up, tosses him. It was so awesome. Just the progression through this. It was like he's running down, hops in the ring, picks him up, skull-crushing finale. 1, 2, 3, picks him up, tosses him out, and then just stands there like, that's right, stay out of here, you punk. It was so awesome. The Miz just delivered, dude. You saw people in the crowd like, oh man, oh man, oh man. The crowd was so mad. Oh, dude, it was just incredible. I loved it. I loved it so much. So anyway, then Rusev's song plays. Rusev Udria. Rusev Machka. Rusev comes down to the ring with Aiden English, of course. Aiden English is looking debonair in his jacket, I must say. I like the purple shorts of Rusev, too. It's a nice color change for his ring gear. I think he was wearing those at Money in the Bank, too. Just nice looking stuff. I'm a fan of good ring gear. Miz got some good ring gear, too. His boots and everything is just real nice looking. because I make characters. Okay, I make characters all day in in WWE 2K18 and stuff. So and 17 and 16 and 15. Like I make a lot of characters for my league and everything. If you guys would like to join the league, I'm telling you, I got a good league. It's called the GWE, the Gritty Wrestling Empire. It's on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gritty Urban Saga. Get on over there. Okay, the link is on my YouTube channel main page as well. Just up at the top of my YouTube channel, it says Gritty Live Streams, Gritty Twitch Live Streams, or Gritty Live Streams. Just click there, and it'll take you straight there. That's a little advertisement for you guys. See how I got that in there? That was cool. Anyway, it sucked. I had to miss a lot of this match, but from what I do know, Rusev won. He made The Miz tap out, from what I hear. And AJ Styles is backstage the whole time watching this match. He's like, okay, whoever wins this match is going to be my #1 contender. So I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm going to see. Who is it going to be? Turns out it's Rusev. So AJ Styles comes down to the ring, gets in the ring. He's got his belt with him, and Aiden English is right there. And I think he goes for a handshake, but then he pulls his hand away. And AJ didn't like that, so AJ just clocks him. AJ hit him with a hot one, and the belt was on the ground. AJ picked up the belt, and Rusev was so happy to be the #1 contender, and then his party got kind of crashed a little bit because his friend got clocked. But what a great outcome this is. People were asking me who I thought should win this gauntlet match and become the #1 contender, and I was like, either Samoa Joe or Rusev, because you know the match is going to be at Extreme Rules, and between Samoa Joe and Rusev, out of the 5 people in the gauntlet match, Samoa Joe and Rusev are what I would consider to be the most potentially violent or potentially vicious people there. Because if you remember back, Samoa Joe, he injured Seth's knee by just doing the coquina clutch. It's vicious, man. He's like a wild animal, but with like a brain behind it. And then Rusev, if you remember, he was putting the chain across John Cena's face backstage during their feud and doing an accolade to him on top of steel steps. Like Rusev could take it there, man. So I was like, dude, I want to see some hardcore viciousness. If we're gonna have this #1 contendership match, if we're gonna have the title match at Extreme Rules, I want somebody to be extreme. And I was like, yo, Rusev or Samoa Joe, and good Rusev. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. I think it's going to be a fun build as well, because with somebody as accepted and loved as AJ Styles is right now, and then somebody as accepted and loved as Rusev is, I think the crowd's just going to have a field day with this, and I'm going to love it too. It's just it's awesome. I don't know if they're going to try to turn Rusev a little bit more heelish. I don't think Rusev is too heelish, man. He seems to be a very happy, outgoing guy, and he's not really oozing heel to me. You know, he's normally just happy. You know, and he doesn't seem like he's trying to like mess anybody over. He's not doing heelish things. He's not low blowing people or getting disqualified from matches by taking it too far. He's just wrestling. He's going out there and doing the thing. So if WWE could keep them in the character that they are right now and just give us a good Extreme Rules match, then that'll be great. But if they have to turn one of them heel, I'd kind of like to see AJ go heel. AJ's been a good heel before in the WWE already. I'm kind of worried that they're just gonna leave AJ the way he is and try to turn Rusev heel, which could be a volatile situation or volatile decision, because what if the crowd doesn't stick with him like that? You know, what if he's turning heel and the crowd starts to lose interest? Then you've decreated a superstar. AJ as a heel, people are still gonna cheer for him and everything, but he could act like a heel. So I'd rather them heel up AJ. That if they're gonna make it a heel face type of battle, but they don't have very much time, so they might not even do that at all. They might just leave him alone. Yeah, I would just like for Rusev to do it. Let's see what people are saying. Sumo Joe, Sumo Joe, yes, Sumo Joe. You guys are crazy. I'd take anyone over the no-show Brock. Yeah, guys. Honestly, the whole Brock Lesnar thing, I know what they're trying to do with it. The reason that they've left him off TV, they know he's a pull. They know he's a draw. They could get more ticket sales. They could get better ratings on TV. But you could tell they're leaving him off of television. It's not because he's got some ultimate contract or anything. If they call, he's showing up. That's it. Like it's storyline. If you really believe that Brock Lesnar gets to choose when he shows up, then you're getting a little bit fooled by the WWE there. I know he's got a pretty dang good contract, but if WWE wants him there, he will be there. The guy's not in UFC yet, man. Um, the thing is, they're using his absence from television to make people not like him because he's getting cheered no matter what. If you go back and look, his entire last year, from before Great Balls of Fire all the way till now, every time he shows up, people are hyped to see him. They love Paul Heyman. They're out there cheering. They're chanting. Every time he suplexes people, they go crazy. Like they can't get him into that like super deep hated role while he's out here because people are just gonna keep. And what's he gonna do? He's gonna like beat up Roman Reigns so bad that makes people mad at him? No, people will be like, yeah, yeah. So they figure that leaving him off TV will build the type of heat and the type of disdain that they're looking for. So it's like an easy way to just make us not want him there, make us not want him to have the title anymore, so that we'll cheer even more for whoever finally takes him out. Which I'm still thinking that they're grooming Roman to be that guy. Um, so yeah, I'd much rather have anybody as champion than Brock Lesnar right now. But I see what they're doing. They're trying to breed that hate, that deep seated hate, so that once someone does win, we're cheering for them no matter what. And it's sad. It's sad that they have to take it there. It's sad that that's the way that they have to make us possibly cheer for Roman Reigns. I'm cheering for Roman Reigns no matter what. I like Roman Reigns. Okay, they don't have to do anything. If Roman Reigns, as far as I'm concerned, Roman Reigns already beat him at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I know the rules. Okay, guys, I've played enough WWE 2K18, 17, 16, 15, all the way back. I'm telling you guys, the rules of a steel cage match are the first people's feet to hit the ground. Okay, it's not the first person to hit the ground, it's feet to hit the ground. Okay, normally when you hit the ground, it's it's like it's your back and then your feet hit. Like you don't keep your feet up in the air and just lay on the ground. So normally if your body hits the ground, your feet do too. Um, so people take it as, oh, it's your body. It's not. It's your feet. Go back and watch the Cesaro and Sheamus match versus the Hardys when they had a steel cage match. Guess what? The person who won, the team that won, was the first team whose feet hit the ground. Roman Reigns' feet hit the ground. Brock Lesnar's feet were not on the ground, and no, the ring is not part of the ground, and no, the cage is not part of the ground. Roman Reigns is legitimately the uncrowned Universal Champion at this moment, and I just wish they would have gave it to him that night because at least we would be done with this Brock Lesnar. You can't see me. I see him less than John Cena at this point. At least I see John Cena at commercial breaks. At least I hear John Cena's theme song during the freaking Chevy commercials or whatever. At least I see him during the Bumblebee commercials. I see John Cena more than Brock Lesnar, and that's horrible, man. Belt is non-existent. I wish they would have just given it to Roman in Saudi Arabia and call it a day on Brock, dude. So yeah, whatever. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Yeah, you gotta quit. Spamming, man. I'm gonna remove one of your messages to warn you. All right, don't spam. All right, just form one coherent thought. Type a message, get a response, then reply. Don't spam the chat. Okay, but yeah, who donated $20? How do you know somebody donated $20? Where does it say that? How do you know? How do you know? But yeah, I do believe that Roman Reigns is the uncrowned Universal Champion, and I think Raw would be a lot more exciting with a champion who does show up and just do it already, man. Just turn Roman heel, put the Universal Championship on him, and just elevate a bunch of other superstars by going after him, and we'll see it, man. You can't tell me if Roman was Universal Champion and he fought against Jinder Mahal, people wouldn't have been actually kind of invested in that match. If Roman was a heel, Jinder was against him at Money in the Bank, and Roman was the Universal Champion, and Jinder was fighting him for that belt, people would not have been chanting, "Oh, Velveteen Dream," and all the stuff that they were doing to disrespect that match at Money in the Bank. People would have been invested. So they're literally just shooting themselves in the foot with this whole keep the Universal title off TV thing. So anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's SmackDown Live. But thank you guys very much. Thank you guys very, very much. All right, man. Well, you got yourself banned. I hope it was worth it. You got to understand, man. I run my chat a certain way, and I can't have a chat full of just S's and letters and stuff like that, all right? Hopefully next time that a streamer says don't do something, you understand that that's the rules of that chat. I'm not just some bystander. I'm the guy who runs this, all right? There would be no this without me. So if I say not to do it, that should be your main warning. So there you go. Have fun, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you were gonna donate, you would just do it. Honestly, people who promise they're gonna donate and say all kinds of weird stuff surrounding it, they're normally the ones who are just trolling and spamming anyway. I'd say 99 times out of 100, if somebody comes into a chat and the first thing they do is they talk about how they're gonna donate, it's a cry. You're crying wolf. So maybe you were the 1 out of 100 times that wasn't going to do it, but honestly, you weren't giving off that vibe at all. So have fun in the Kona forever. But I wish you good luck, man. Wherever you go, have fun in Con Man stream. Either way, this episode of SmackDown Live, so it had hot and cold moments. It was half and half. So I have to like split it down the center and say that give it. I don't think it was as good as Raw. Well, Raw was kind of hot and cold too. Yeah, I don't think it was as good as Raw. I'll give it like a 7.75. Even lower than that actually. That gauntlet match really saved it. Yeah, 7.75. 7.75 feels just about right for this. Can't give it an 8 for sure. I think Raw was better this week, especially because Raw came out firing on all cylinders, and that first hour of Raw was just captivating TV. I put that first hour of Raw yesterday versus pretty much any show that they've done in the last 6 months. Seriously, they did a really good job with that first hour of Raw. I think that the Gauntlet match was great tonight. The tag team championship match was great tonight, and they did a pretty good job of forwarding some feuds and things. We'll see where they go, but as a show tonight, 7.75. That's not bad. It's okay. And honestly, if you missed this episode of SmackDown Live, you probably missed a lot because it seems like a lot of what they did here is pushing forward into the future of the product itself. So it was an important episode. That's what got it up a little bit more over like just a regular 7 or something. So 7.75. I think that's pretty dang good rating. Yeah, I don't play because I'm sick of people just acting like they own the joint and living life without consequences whenever they're on the internet. Because honestly, the internet is life. It is life. It's just a part of your life where you don't have to be in person to get banned. So just respect the streamer, guys. It's not that hard. Just respect my rules and don't come up in here doing weird stuff. 7.75, good stuff, man. You guys, let me know your rating right now. I'm asking the live chat if you want to stop by and give your rating and have it etched in the pages of history, because that's what we're doing here. We're making history. Etched in the pages of history. Come on by the live streams. 15 minutes after SmackDown Live, 15 minutes after Raw, 15 minutes after NXT, 15 minutes after pay-per-views. Come in here, give us your opinion, hang out with us. Don't spam, but just hang out with us. It's not hard. Form a coherent thought, put it in the chat, and we're gonna give you props and love and respect just like you're giving to us, man. Give it, take it, give it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Give me your rating out of 10. What do you think? What do you guys think? Give me your ratings. Also, let me know. Yeah, what the heck is up with Shane O'Mac? I don't know. I haven't seen him. He's just been like, yo, Paige, you go ahead. Paige, you do the dang thing. I'm gonna be running my business in China. I think he runs like a pretty large business in China, so maybe he's just catching up on that because he was on TV a lot. So maybe he's just got a lot of catching up to do or something. I will be live on my Twitch channel right after this, guys. Twitch.tv/GrittyUrbanSaga. If you are looking forward to some more more epic content, more hangouts, more interacting with the rest of us, that's where I'm going to be. Twitch.tv/GrittyUrbanSaga. It's on my main page. You go to youtube.com/TheGrittyUrbanSaga, and you'll just see live stream, Gritty live streams. You just click on that, and you got it. What you guys thinking? Let's see. Documentary says 7.5 to 8, somewhere around there. 8 out of 10 says mute. Second City Saints says 7.3. Oh yeah. Yeah, please chill with the bans. I'll definitely see it. I got to give people warnings first, but he definitely had a warning, and he just kept on doing it because honestly, he responded to my warning with a challenge. I said don't spam, and then he said let's spam. So obviously he heard my warning. So he got a warning. It's just wait a second, man. Let me see it first. But thank you very much for doing that. Yes. 7.7. Wait, hang on a second. 7.778.9. That's a. I don't think you put 2 points, man. I don't know which one you're talking about. I don't know which rating is the one that you're talking about, but I'd say I almost agree with you. It was a fun SmackDown, man. If you missed it, go ahead and watch it. I would say that you definitely want to check into it because, like I said, it's going towards the future. Good, fun stuff. So, I will see if all you do is watch wrestling live streams on YouTube, then I will be seeing you tomorrow for NXT. It is the episode of NXT after a takeover, so you know it's going to have probably a dark match or something that they filmed during NXT takeover, and then we'll be pushing on to find out what's happening next after just the incredible events of NXT Takeover Chicago. So you definitely want to stop by for that, and they're probably going to be telling us more about the tournament that's coming up, the UK tournament. I cannot wait for that, and I'm going to be streaming that faux shout. Yeah. So, thank you so much for being here. Leave a thumbs up on this broadcast or on this video if you have not already done that. It does help the channel a lot. If you're not going to donate or give bits over on my Twitch channel or become a sponsor or any of that stuff, you can always help the channel out by leaving a thumbs up. It does help, guys. I appreciate you very much, and I will look forward to seeing you guys the next time I see you. Gritty Urban and Grapple Chat out.